Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina. This story is sponsored by Plexiderm.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. You know I love to talk about Plexiderm, and today I have Melinda McKenzie with me. Melinda, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy to talk about a product that I use every single day.
Yes, we always talk about the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. A lot of our viewers know about that. But for somebody that is just tuning in, give them the whole rundown here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Plexiderm is simply a serum, right? So it's a serum you put on clean, dry skin. What does it do? Well, what it does is it lets you have a refreshed look because it smooths out all the lines and creases. Like I said, I've been using it every day. Next month, I'm going to be 63 years old. And what it does for my skin is under my eyes, I'm just more tired. That's what happens. You know, your skin gets more pliable. It refreshes it. So I feel like everybody needs to know about Plexiderm because who doesn't want to look fresher?
I know. It's like a beauty filter in real life. It's amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch because it works on every type of skin. That's the other cool thing too. Men, women, it doesn't matter as long as your skin is clean and dry. And I always try to remind people, make sure your fingertips are clean and dry too, right? So if you use oils and your face is clean and dry and you take your Plexiderm, it's not going to work because oils will dilute it. So while we're saying that, if you wear cosmetics, which I love it. Who doesn't like cosmetics? Make sure you wear a water-based foundation, but you will find you're going to use less. Like, I don't know how you apply your makeup, but for me, because under the eyes was such an issue, I was always trying to put a lot of concealer, which I think we all kind of know. It makes it worse. It draws attention to it, right? With the Plexiderm, I find that I don't really need to do it because it's getting rid of the issue, which is smoothing it out. So that's not the first thing you see when you look at my face.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, a tip about putting it on under makeup, because I think a lot of people who are watching right now, you know, you put on makeup every day to think that you couldn't do that. I mean, it's amazing. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it really does change the way you look at your skin because, you know, here's the thing about Plexiderm being a serum. There's a lot of products out there that say if you use this every day for 6 weeks, your skin will look better. And I'm sure that it will. But a lot of times we're in a rush and we want a temporary fix. Just like we curl our hair or wear cosmetics, right? That's a temporary fix. With Plexiderm, once you put it on and let it rest, now here's the other thing. When we say let it rest, that means you have to relax your face muscles. So let's say you put it on and you're laughing and talking, you're moving the face muscles because what we're doing is smoothing it out. Give yourself 10 minutes, whether that is to quietly look at your phone without laughing and smiling. Good luck with that. Or if you're closing your eyes, give yourself 10 minutes because once you let it rest the full 10 minutes, you have up to 10 hours of usage. And I think that's really important.
It's like having a little meditation in the morning.
It really is. And like you said earlier, I like that you said it's like a filter in real life. We're all looking at the filters on our phone going, oh, if I only had this. Now you can do it in real life with Plexiderm.
And also I feel like younger people these days are getting pressured to go get fillers and Botox and, you know, go under the knife. And I think this is a great option for people that don't want to have to do all that.
Yes, thank you for saying that. I mean, here's the thing. When you look in the mirror, you know what you feel like you want to look like. Isn't it better if you're in charge of that rather than somebody in an office? And even if you do go get, you know, those things done in the office, let's say you ate the wrong food or you didn't sleep right and you have the puffiness, guess what? In 10 minutes, Plexiderm is going to take that away. I keep my Plexiderm in my purse. I tell all my family and friends about it because it's a boost. Who doesn't want a boost?
Definitely. All right, so if somebody watching right now is interested in trying the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, what deals you got for them?
Oh, we're so excited about this deal. So go to PlexidermTrial.com, call the number on the screen, or I think we'll have a scanner code. Here's what you're going to get, right? For $14.95, you are going to get a 6-pack. What that means is you're going to get 6 applications because remember, it's highly concentrated. You just need half of a pea size. For $14.95, we're also giving you free shipping. We're giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And the reason we do that is because we know once you get your hands on Plexiderm, you're going to love it. So again, go to PlexidermTrial.com, call the number on your screen, or you can scan if you're modern day with your phone, and you can get this great deal.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, is that really me?
It's a facelift in a jar.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by the B12 store. Well, good morning and thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. We've got a bit of a hot topic today in the studio. I'm joined by Kim, who is a nurse at the B12 store.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. So we were just chatting a little bit about what you guys offer at the B12 store. It's not just B12.
It's not. So it is 21 different vitamins, 14 cocktails, which is a bigger boost to your system. Everything is done by injection. We work under the direction of a doctor. We also offer the semaglutide, the tirzepatide for weight loss. So there's something there for everybody.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, there's a lot of different ailments that you guys can treat, but it's also done under the care of a doctor. So how does the process work when somebody walks in and says, oh, I've been feeling tired, or I get headaches, something like that?
So there's a one-page health questionnaire we have them fill out.
Gotcha.
No pregnancy or breastfeeding, no kidney or liver disease.
Gotcha.
If they don't check those boxes, the nurse on staff can deem them eligible. Our doc will sign that order. His fee for that is $10, but that keeps their order current for a year. So let's say next week it's something else, next month it might be something else. They're good for the year. They can come when they need us.
Okay, and you mentioned it a little bit, the semaglutide and the tirzepatide?
Yes, so
These are hot right now.
that's a different protocol.
Gotcha.
BMI has to be 27 or over, and then that requires a telehealth visit with our doctor.
And this is for somebody who's looking to lose a significant amount of weight, right?
Somebody may need surgery and they have a good amount to lose. There's different reasons that maybe a different venue isn't working, but it's all done, again, under our doctor. But it's very successful, minimal side effects. People are happy with the results.
Gotcha. And you guys offer a very competitive price too, I've heard.
Best on the beach.
All right.
We also deliver within a 50-mile radius. We ship, and that's anything in the store. We have a lot of tourists that aren't here all year. They want their goodies when they go home. So again, it's very user-friendly. We're pretty amazing.
Love it.
We're at the Coastal Grand Mall right across from Vision Works, 7 days a week, 10 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and noon to 6 on Sunday.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by the B12 store. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Man, am I excited. Guys, in the studio today, I actually have a magician with me, Lion Flood. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm excited to be here and just to embrace all this positive energy.
Oh yeah, we're all about positive energy on Living Local Carolina. But I want to know more about you.
Okay.
How did you get into magic in the first place?
That is the age-old question, and to give you the short answer, so I'm a retired Marine veteran.
Really?
Yes,
Thank you for your
and
service.
Thank you. And I was injured, and I was recouping in a hospital. I had about 4 knee surgeries and couldn't move, and so I needed something to do. And I picked up a book and started reading, and it made me smile. And I started learning magic tricks, and eventually they would bring patients in to the room, and I would do tricks for them, little card tricks. And then when I was able to be mobile in a wheelchair, they would wheel me to other patients' room, and it kind of snowballed.
way.
Yeah, and it just picked up from that and just took off.
What you got?
All right, so I love using senses when I perform, right? So in this one, we're gonna use 2 senses, sight and sound. What I would like to do is attempt to place this coin inside the bottle, just like that. Now,
No way.
so and it's gonna happen very close up, right? And I'm gonna do it on the count of 3.
Okay.
So watch. And I'm gonna do it slow so everyone can see it. 1, 2. You know, 3 days ago when I tried this trick, no kidding. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Now, how on earth did he just do that? Y'all.
And you can hold your hand out. I want you to verify that's an actual coin. It's
Dude.
yes.
Okay, when I read that you're good at close-up magic, I wasn't actually quite sure what close-up magic was,
Oh.
but like to actually be in front of it and
Yes.
watch it happen, it's wild.
Yes.
That was crazy.
And that's probably
That's
the
difficult to
best,
do.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing I love about magic, because stage magic and all that's great.
The smoke and the
Yes.
mirrors and everything.
But to be inches from it and to
Yeah.
see it literally go from here to there,
Love
it's indescribable sometimes. That emotion. Thank you. Thank you.
I loved that. Oh, and I love magic too.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I am joined by Joshua. You are a self-proclaimed indie manga creator.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, we got to get down to the bottom of this. Tell everybody what you do and how you got into this in the first place.
So me being an indie manga creator, I've always liked anime, superhero stuff growing up. That was my main inspiration. But then I always had these ideas, like as I was going through things growing up, that I would watch movies and I was like, I could make that better. So in my head, I would like make these movies with my own characters and I'll be sitting in class just daydreaming about these movies that I'm making in my own head. Eventually I started making an idea for some concepts for a manga, and I really didn't act on it until the passing of my mother before college, because my mom passed away then, probably 2 weeks after when my older brothers passed away. That was kind of what, I know that, I know how that's, but sometimes, you know, there's a blessing in the lesson, and in that lesson, it propelled me into acting on the things that my mom believed in me in doing. So I started with the manga. I really didn't get into after the college, where I felt like I could draw, but I wanted to draw everything myself. But I then took a course where someone was like, hey, if you can, get out of the way so somebody else can do it, because I'm looking at another 2 years if I try to learn how to do the manga style. So with that, I started on doing it. I started going to conventions, and I would first kind of pick people's brains. One of my early mentors, he was surprised because I just asked him, hey, can I get your number? Can I, reach out to you if I need anything? And I was asking him 6 months later, I'm messaging him, I'm like, hey, guess who's gonna be at the same convention that you were at? And he was surprised. From there, I was just hitting it boots to the ground. And I've done PowerCon, which is a local one for Florence. I've done, I did the Grand Strand one that's down here, the Grand Strand Comic-Con. And then I recently did LA Comic-Con. So
that's big.
That was a condensing of the timeline of how we got here. But my main project, there was one time I had a dream, and it was about Camgechi. And I then started to connect the dots after I had that dream. I took a Gullah Geechee business course, and they were trying to tie in what I do into the course. They were like, why don't you do a Gullah Geechee story? And I was like, why don't I do a Gullah Geechee story? That's a good point. And I started connecting it, and then that's when all of this came about. And from here, I mean, this is starting to be one of the stories that, despite my main project is doing good, but as people start to hear about Camgechi, they're like, we want this.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here right now.
So you're building this world that is completely tied to your own culture.
Yes.
What has the response been so far when you tell people about this?
There's more of a surprise, actually, because no one's doing it.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of these conventions and I ask people, about Gullah Geechee culture, and I even talk about how a lot of African Americans don't realize here in America, 80% of us have some type of Gullah Geechee lineage, but yet they don't know that they have this lineage. So when I bring up the concept of Camgechi, I have been quizzed a little bit, but I'm doing my best as I'm learning about my own history, that I'm, putting it into the story. So that's kind of the fun part about it, is taking something that I find out about Gullah Geechee culture and find a way to twist it and put it into the story.
It's very unique.
Very unique.
It's very cool what you do. I'm very excited to see where this goes. How can people stay updated with everything that you're doing so they can get that drop the second that it's ready?
Good question. So I have my Instagram that is @_no retreat, no surrender. That's the name of my main project, is No Retreat, No Surrender. My email is missyoujoshua@gmail.com.
Remind me of the Instagram name again.
@_no retreat, no surrender.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.